Hi everyone, it's Nicole Steele of thejoyfulstamper.com and it's time to go live. Yeah, it's a beautiful day here. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but here in Pittsburgh, I've lived here my entire life, 44 years. And when I say I've lived here my entire life, I mean literally, I live a mile from where I grew up and where my parents still live with my grandmother. And I have never seen a string of sunny, warm days like we've had for the past 3 months. I coached cross country since mid-August, and one day it rained. That's highly unusual, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I do like the rain. I like the snow. In fact, winter's my favorite season, but it is nice when you're outside for a couple hours every day to have it be sunny and warm. And I got a pretty nice tan this cross country season, so I was thankful for that. So I was outside with the dog, Lily, my pup. And if you hear her barking, I apologize. She likes to bark when the UPS guy goes by, but I think it will be about another hour before he drives by. So we were outside, and my neighbor, she's amazing. Every year she makes Halloween bags for all the kids in the neighborhood. She passes out candy on trick-or-treating too, on trick-or-treat night too. But she makes up these goodie bags for all the kids in the neighborhood. And I was out in the yard, so she handed me the ones for my girls. And this year, she included one for me. And she put my favorite things in there. I opened it up, and there were Reese Fast Breaks in there, which are my favorite candy. They're my favorite. Those are the ones that I can't buy to pass out because I will end up eating them all. So yeah, I was pretty excited about that, but really embarrassing. I forgot the name of a neighborhood kid that I've known for 12 years. I even babysat him, and my mind went completely blank. So I know that's happened to other people before. I'm not the only one, but I still felt really embarrassed about it. I should have known his name, and of course it came to me as they were driving away. So yeah, but yeah, just one of those life things, huh? So in the Stampin' Up world, there is a new product medley coming out. It's called Christmas Time is Here, and it is gorgeous. I put all the pictures up on my blog today, and there's a lot. So Stampin' Up has kits, all-inclusive kits, and then they have product suites, and then they have medleys. So what's a medley versus an all-inclusive kit? Well, an all-inclusive kit has all the cardstock cut, scored, ready for you. It's got all your embellishments, and if it's all-inclusive, that means it has the stamp set and the ink pad in there too, and it's got instructions for you to make a very specific set of projects. A medley, however, has all the components as if it is a kit, but there are no predetermined projects for you to make. So with a medley, which is what the Christmas Time is Here medley is, you have complete creative freedom to do whatever you want with it. If you want to make boxes with it, you can. You want to make gift card holders, you can. You can make bags with it, scrapbook pages, cards. I mean, it's totally up to you. And there's a lot of product in this kit. There's specialty designer series paper. There's gorgeous gold ribbon. There's gold glitter enamel dots. There's even a beautiful gold bracelet. There's 2 stamp sets. There's a set of dies. It's gorgeous, and it's packed full. If you get nothing else to make your Christmas projects this year, this would be the medley to get. Christmas Time is Here, and it's going to be available this Friday, November 1st. If you want to see the pictures up close of the product medley, just go to my blog, thejoyfulstamper.com, and I have those all up for you. Also available November 1st is the paper trimmer that I talked about last week. And I put some features and benefits up there on my blog too, with some pictures and some close-ups of the things that I really like about this new paper trimmer. So November 1st, both of those things are available on my online store, shopwithnicole.stampinup.net. This is also the last week for my October host code. And the October host code, if you use it when you place an order in my online store, you will get 2 card kits that feature the Gather Together set. But you don't have to have that set. You can use whatever stamp set you want, whatever inks you want. But this is the last week for it. October 31st is the last day to use that host code. Again, that is on my blog, thejoyfulstamper.com. I also have a class coming up on November 12th at the Swickley Public Library. So if you live in the Pittsburgh area, Tuesday, November 12th, from 1 to 3 p.m., we will be meeting at the Sewickley Public Library, and we're going to make 5 easy but really cute, really pretty Christmas cards. I know that we're in the conference room, so there's only so many seats. So if you want to come to that, call the library, or I have a link on my blog on today's post, which is it's Tuesday, October 29th, and it will take you straight to the RSVP page. The class is $15. You'll get envelopes with it. We're going to make them all together step by step, so no one's going to get lost. You can do this. Even if you're new to stamping, you can do this. So I hope to see you there. That's 5 cards of Christmas. And then something I'm really excited about that's coming up in a couple weeks. So once or twice a year, Stampin' Up! Holds big conventions and local events for their demonstrators, and they pack it full with demonstrations of new products that are coming out and business tips and presentations, and there's fellowship and there's sample and display boards everywhere. It's really exciting. It's really exciting to be with other people that get what you're excited about too. So this year, I'm going to the one in Las Vegas. I can't believe it. There was one closer in Michigan, Lansing, Michigan. It was only a 5-hour drive from me. But when my husband found out that there was also one in Las Vegas, he said, let's go. He's been there twice already for work. I've never been there. And so he said, let's take a few days and let's just go. So I'm super excited about that, actually. I never dreamed I'd ever go to Las Vegas. I'm not into gambling. I'm not into drinking. I am into stamping, though, and it's going to be there for one day. And I'm finally going to get to meet my upline, which after 7 years, it will be more than just a virtual relationship. I'll actually get to meet her face to face, along with a couple other members of her team and the team that I'm on. So I'm super excited about that. So that's one of the exciting things about being a demonstrator, is just meeting with other people that get why you're so crazy about this stuff, this paper, this ink, you know? So that's my news. That's my news. I thought I would, Halloween. I said I was only going to make one more project. It was going to be my last project. I lied. It wasn't. I had the scrap sitting on my desk, and I had used embossing paste, and I used one of the new stencils that's in the holiday catalog. There's one of the stencils that has trees in it. So I thought, what would it be like to have some spooky black trees? So I put a little bit of black reinker into the embossing paste, and I spread it through the tree stencil, and I let it sit on my desk for weeks. And then finally, a couple of days ago, I looked at it and I was so inspired. I wanted to make it I wanted to use it as a background for some black pumpkins. I don't know if black pumpkins actually exist or not, but they did in my head. So I wanted to put them on paper. So I'm going to show it to you, but I think I might put this on my blog too. But look at it. Don't you love those black pumpkins? I used Stampin' Blends to get that look. I used a light basic black and a dark basic black Stampin' Blends marker to do that. And then I cut out some frames from the Monster Bash Designer Series paper, and I used the Ornate Frames dies. And then I added a little black crow and a little enamel dot from the Monster Bash enamel shapes. And I know it's too late to order anything for Halloween, but I had so much fun making this. I love Halloween, so I had to show it to you. And I love how the black pumpkins and the trees in the background turned out. It's kind of spooky. I like it. So that's that. I had to show that off. So I know we're going to make a Christmas card today. That's what you're here for, or that's why you're watching this later. So again, I want to say welcome. I'm Nicole Steele, the owner and designer and creator of thejoyfulstamper.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love this stuff. I love this stuff. I love stamping. I love doing these videos. I just started doing these, and they're really fun. So this is the second time I've ever done a demonstration on camera. The last one I thought went pretty well, so hopefully this one does too. But this is the card we're going to make today, and it uses the Beauty and Joy stamp set in the holiday catalog. It's not part of a suite. There's no punches with it. There's no dies with it. This is what it looks like. It's clear. It's photopolymer. I'll hold up one of the stamps. I already have it on the block. As you can see right through it. And that's really nice because with this set, you can build different topiaries. For Christmas, you can build them for fall, any time of the year at all. You can see the different leaves and topiaries that they have in this set. And it makes aligning them up really easy when you can see right through the stamp. So if I stamp the container, then I can go ahead and I can stamp the leaves right on top of it, and it's not going to be hit or miss. There's no guessing. I'm not going to waste cardstock trying to get it just right. You'll be able to see exactly where you're stamping. So I've been having so much fun playing with this set. And if you're wondering where it's at in the catalog, it is on page 51. And they even have a couple samples on there for you too. So if you get the set and you don't know where to start with what's in the catalog. That's what they're there for, so you can copy them. You can get, and usually I find that jumpstarts more ideas for using the stamp sets. So a lot of times I will start with casing somebody else's card. So go ahead and do that. This is a really good set. I like the sayings in it too. So thankful, a joyful Christmas to you. May your day bloom with beauty and joy. You can use that for a lot of things. And the other thing that we're going to use with this set is a couple products from the Tidings suite. We are going, and that's on page 7 of your holiday catalog. And if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog, just email me, Nicole@thejoyfulstamper.com. I'll send you one at no charge. It's full of samples for all the different holidays at this time of year. It's fun to look at. It's fun reading. You know, you can grab yourself your favorite hot beverage, curl up on the couch with a blanket if it's cold where you're at, and just relax and look through it. Make a wish list, and I'm happy to send you one, so just let me know. You can also go to my blog, thejoyfulstamper.com, and on the catalogs tab, I have a form that you can fill out where you can request the holiday catalog. So from the Tidings suite, we are going to be using the Tidings glitter enamel dots, which they come in garden green and real red, and they have glitter in them. And we're also going to be using the Tidings Designer Series paper, and I will show you some of the paper that comes in it. We're going to use the red and white striped right now for this card. It looks like candy canes, but you've got the colors are garden green, very vanilla, and real red. So we've got some, what's this called? Buffalo check, I think. Yeah, buffalo check pattern. And then we have the garden green stripe and the real red stripe. And then we have some really cool vintage looking patterns. And they're the same patterns on the front and back of each sheet, just one side is real red and the other side is garden green. So this one's like an old time scene. I like that with the little kids and the bridge and the deer and the snow on the buildings. I have not used these patterns yet, but I can't wait to. I have the stamp set that coordinates with it. It's got a cardinal in it, and I'm thinking of some really cool vintage cards. I like distressing my cards, sponging them in brown ink and roughing up the edges. I love that look, but it does take a little more time to do that kind of look. And this card today takes no time at all. It's simple. So we are going to start with a 4 1/4 by 11 inch piece of real red cardstock, and I scored it right down the middle at 5 1/2 inches. And then I'm going to use my bone folder to get a nice crisp fold. Now, why you want to score the paper? It's because cardstock has fibers running in it, and if you just simply fold the cardstock in half, sometimes what will happen is you'll get little cracks along that fold, and that's the fibers of the cardstock breaking as you're folding the paper. If you score it ahead of time with a bone folder, what you're doing is breaking that top layer of fibers so that when you go ahead and fold it, they're already broken and it's a nice clean fold with none of that cracking. So that's why you do it. It's not necessary, but it's just a nice little extra step to your card making. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of Tidings Designer Series paper, and this is the real red striped. And I'm going to use some multi-purpose liquid glue. Now here's a tip. If you guys eat wee yogurt by Yoplait, those jars are amazing for putting your liquid glues in. You can put them in there upside down, and that way when you go to use them, the glue's already sitting at the tip, and you don't have to wait for it to flow down to there. So I'm going to add a little bit of this multi-purpose liquid glue to the back, and a little bit of this stuff goes a really long way. You don't need very much at all. A thin line, maybe some dots in the corner, and it's good. If you put too much on, it's going to ooze out of the sides. So then I just glued this to the front of my card like that. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our main image there. And I have this piece of very vanilla cardstock. Let me see what it is. It is 3.5 inches by 2 inches. So 3.5 inch by 2 inch piece of very vanilla cardstock. And we are going to start with crushed curry ink. And we're going to stamp the little urn container that is in the Beauty and Joy stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that more towards the bottom of my very vanilla piece of cardstock so that I have room for the tree. Now that is not a mistake. That image that you're seeing there, that's the way the stamp is designed. These are called distinctive stamps, and they are produced so that they naturally have some shading built into them. And so that is the way the stamp is supposed to be. It's not a mistake. It's all good. Next, we're going to use garden green ink, and we're going to take one of the topiaries, and I'm going to ink that up with the garden green, and I'm going to, sorry, let me backtrack. We need to put the tree stems in first, the trunk. So I'm going to use soft suede for that, for the skinny little trunk here. Ink that up, and I'm going to stamp that right on top of the urn. And because it is a clear stamp, that means I can see exactly where I want this to go. See, look at that. Perfect placement. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Love it. All right. Now we can stamp the tree part with garden green. I'm going to ink that up and line this up. There we go. Ooh, I love it. Look at that. This is coming together so nice. So nice. You could easily make multiples of these, no problem. All right, next up, there's a little tiny star in the Beauty and Joy set, and I'm going to stamp that at the top of my topiary in crushed curry ink, just like that. All right. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to put our stamped piece onto a piece of gold foil, gold foil. And the gold foil piece is 2¼ inches by 3¾ of an inch. I'm going to put these measurements in the description to the video when I upload it to YouTube, so you can check it out that way. And I'll also have it on my blog this week when I post it. So you don't have to worry about writing this stuff down. But if you want to see the gold foil, it comes in 12 by 12 sheets. And it is shiny. I love it. It's especially nice when you emboss it. So if you have any of those gathered leaves dies, that would look really nice with some of those. You're going to emboss the leaf pattern into them. But we're going to use on this card just to mount the stamped piece to it. And I'm going to go ahead and use my multi-purpose liquid glue for that. And just glue it right to the middle. Okay. Just like that. Pretty. Okay. Then we have got gold metallic edge ribbon. This is in the annual catalog in the ribbon section. It is not in the holiday catalog. And I am actually going to tie this around my card base. So we'll see how this goes, because I tend to fuss with my ribbon before I get it to where I'm happy with it. So I take some time playing with it. And I know tying ribbon and tying perfect bows, that's the struggle for some people, because I often hear, how do you tie a perfect bow? And honestly, my answer is I play with it. I play with it and play with it until I get it the way I like it. And I got it. So now I'm going to trim it so it lays nice on my card. So we have it like this. There you go. And that's gold metallic edge ribbon from the annual catalog. And now I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to put my main image on here. And the reason I'm using these, and I explained this in last week's live, is because I'm gluing this over top of the ribbon, which tends to be a little lumpy. And so the dimensionals lift your image up enough so that it sticks to your cardstock better. It's not trying to glue itself to the ribbon and to the paper at the same time, which is a little bit difficult. Okay, so that's how our card's looking so far, but it needs something more. They need something more. So I'm going to grab the 12 Tidings glitter enamel dots, and we're going to put some of the real red glitter enamel dots on this as, I don't know, it can be tree ornaments, or it could be berries, whatever you want. So I'm going to take a few and just randomly scatter them. Doesn't have to be perfect. Put a few more at the bottom there. This is looking really cute. These would be so easy to mass produce for Christmas. So there you go. That's the front of the card. You love? I love. Now, you're saying there's no greeting on this. It's a Christmas card. Where's the greeting? Well, what we're going to do is take a 4" by 5 1/4" piece of Very Vanilla, and we're going to stamp a greeting on it and glue it to the inside of our card. Now, I recommend you stamp on it before gluing it to the inside of your card. That way, if you don't like the way it turns out the first time you stamp it, you can flip it over and stamp it again. Yes. And we're going to use real red. And we're going to use the sentiment from the Beauty and Joy set, A Joyful Christmas to You. And I'm going to ink it up. Now, when you're using our ink pads, they have a foam surface. So you want to make sure you are not smashing. You don't have to smash your ink or your stamp into it. If you do that, you're going to get ink all on the block. And then when you go to stamp it, that ink's going to transfer onto your cardstock and you're going to waste paper and you're going to be frustrated. Just no good. We don't want any of those stamping experiences. We want happy ones. So tap it lightly into the foam, and I promise you'll get enough ink on it. And stamp it, and there we go, just like that. But I wanted more. So I'm going to take my crushed curry ink, and I'm going to take that little star again that I put at the top of my topiary, and I'm going to add one to the top left of the sentiment and to the bottom right, just like that. It really is the little things that add up when making a card. I like to make complicated cards. I like to put lots of layers and sponging and distressing, and to me, more is more when it comes to making a card, but that really isn't true. That is not true at all. The simple cards are the prettiest cards sometimes. They really are. All right. There we go. And there's your Christmas card. Just like that. Now, if you were going to mass produce these, you would not make each card start to finish. What I would do is cut all the paper first that you need, and then you might, then you would go through an assembly line. You would maybe glue all the DSP onto the card base, and then you would go ahead and stamp all of the containers on all the Very Vanilla pieces, and that's the way I would do it. Do the same step on each card, and then move on to the next step. And then the next step, and then glue everything together, and then you'll have them done. That's the fastest way to do it. So I don't know how big your Christmas list is. Mine keeps growing every year because I love to send out Christmas cards and I love meeting new people, and I will send a card to anybody. It doesn't matter how long I've known you. So my Christmas list is a long one. So if you want a Christmas card from me this year, just send me an email with your name and your address, and I'll be happy to send you one. So those are the cards for today. I hope you like them. I hope you want to make them. If you need any of the supplies to make this card or any other project you have dreamed up in your head, you can go to my online store at shopwithnicole.stampinup.net, or you can visit my blog, thejoyfulstamper.com. And on my blog, that is the hub for everything. I have links to go to my shopping store there. I have a form where you can request a catalog. I have all my social media accounts. That's the jumping off point for Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. You can find free tutorials on there that you can download and print. It really is, it's the place to be for your stamping experience, and you will find everything there at thejoyfulstamper.com. So I thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a blessed day.